Hey, attention, hairstylists, barbers. I just wanted to jump on real quick. I wanted to show you a real live example of how hairstylists and barbers, but in this particular case, how hairstylists are actually building wealth without the risk of losing money. And let me tell you, I don't know about you, but no, most of us cannot afford to lose money. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how hairstylists and how barbers can too. But I'm going to show you how this young lady is actually able to build wealth without the risk of losing money in the stock market. If this is your first time seeing me, my name is Alex. I am actually a retired hairstylist and salon owner. I was in the beauty industry for 23 years and I retired back in 2018. And so my mission is actually to share the information that someone shared with me a long time ago, but some information that someone shared with me that allowed me to retire early and be able to take care of my mother when she was sick. But I was able to be there for my mother and my sister as a secondary caregiver. But in any case, guys, let me just share this with you. I'm so excited to see that people are finally understanding what it actually means to invest your money first in the stock market. I believe that the stock market should be a part of your portfolio, but unfortunately, too often we put too much of our money in the stock market. If you have money in a 401k, a 403b, or 457, if you have money in an IRA, if you have money in a Roth IRA, okay, all of these accounts, your money will wind up in the stock market. And that is it's a great thing when the stock market is going up. But then when it starts to go down and it starts doing, some of this funky stuff that it's doing now, which it does every 3.5 to 4 years, then that's when it really starts to show that, there may be a better way. And there actually is. And I'm going to show that to you right now. So I had this young lady that came to me. She wanted to build wealth. That was what was on her mind. But she reached out because she wanted to build wealth. And she knew that she also did not want to run the risk of losing money in the stock market. I said, great. So we got together and we went over her finances, and we were able to identify that if she was able to pay booth rent every single week, right, then she should be able to pay herself booth rent as well. After all, she's working for the money day in and day out, taking care of customers and clients day in and day out. And so we found that, hey, if you're able to pay your booth rent, by gosh, you can pay yourself. So she identified, she said, hey, I can pay myself 150 a week. I believe that you're worth 150 a week. Don't you think you're worth 150 a week? So she was able to find 150 a week. Okay. So this is what we did for her. All right. So let me show that to you. So this is a little plan that I put together for her. And she, like I said before, she said, "Hey, I want to put $150 a week, set that aside for myself, for building wealth and for building a retirement." So, as you can see here, let me actually make sure that you are able to make it bigger for you. So, as you can see here, she started putting away 150 a week, and immediately, if she happened to get sick, hurt, unable to work, or passed away, there was $500,000 here for herself. If she got sick, if she had a slip and fall. And we know many times, we know most people in the back of your mind, I don't know about you, but in your back of your mind, we're hoping that we don't get sick. In the back of our minds, we're hoping that we don't get hurt and we don't find ourselves in a position where we can't work. But in her case, if she found herself in that position and she qualified, here she has $500,000 of protection if she got sick, hurt, or unable to work. If she happened to pass away for some godforsaken reason, guess what? This $500,000 goes to her family, tax free. Okay? And she got that right up front. Okay? When she made that first 150 payment, she was set. Okay? So let me continue. So as you can see here, she's making her premium payments, and actually two weeks out of the year she's not going to be making that payment. Okay, she's going to be on vacation because I showed her how to build up her business, how to book herself, how to make sure that she is pricing her services so that she's able to take full advantage of the time in the salon. So she's not going to be making these payments 2 weeks out of the year because she's going to be on vacation. Actually, she's going to be on vacation longer than that. But in any case, so she's going to be making her premium payments here. And then guess what, guys? When she is able and ready to retire at 65, she is going to get paid $35,000 a year tax-free for the rest of her life. Let me say that again. She is going to be paid $35,000, almost $36,000 a year, every single year for the rest of her life, starting at age 65. Now she can actually retire earlier than that, but we just put it and said, hey, if you retire at the average age, like most people do at 65, this is how much the company is going to pay you. If she lives to be 85 years old, she would have received $720,000 tax-free. Tax-free money. Okay? If she lived to be 90 years old, it doesn't matter. If she lived to be 90 years old, she would have gotten paid out $1,080,000 for the rest of her life. So guys, let me tell you, that is the power of taking a little bit of money, in this case, $150 a week. $150 a week turned into $500,000 of protection if she got sick or hurt, if she passed away, $500,000. That $150 a week, when it comes to retirement time, she's going to get paid out $36,000 for the rest of her life. Now, here's what a lot of times we don't talk to you about a lot of the technical stuff, but I'm going to share some of this with you. This money that she's receiving every single year for the rest of her life in retirement, it does not affect whether or not her Social Security gets taxed. Okay? So when you are putting money in an IRA or Roth IRA or in the stock market, when you start taking money out of those accounts for your retirement, guess what? In all likelihood, not only do you have to pay taxes on that money, but you also have to pay taxes on your Social Security if you take out a certain amount of money. And it's not much. This year, I think it's $14,000. So if you take out $14,000 out of your retirement account to supplement your living expenses plus your Social Security, now you got to pay taxes on your Social Security too. This money is your money. You get it. It's tax free, and you never have to even report it to the government. Let me tell you the most important thing. Along the way, she never ever has to worry about losing money in the stock market. See, when you start putting money in, like I said, a 401k or 403b, when you put money in an IRA, when you put money in a Roth account, all of those accounts, a brokerage account, crypto, whatever, it doesn't matter. If it is in the stock market, guess what? You're going to be susceptible to losing money like many people are right now. And one of the things that you want to do is you want to make sure that you are minimizing your level of risk. And so that's the reason why you want to make sure that you have your money spread out. And I work with my clients to show them how putting your money in different buckets, tax-free bucket, taxable bucket, when you start putting money in guaranteed income bucket versus non-guaranteed, okay? When I start showing them all the different ways they can put money in to make sure that they're maximizing their retirement income, then it becomes a no-brainer. But the best thing is they never have to worry about all the stock market ups and downs. The stock market can go up and down as much as they want. They don't have to worry about losing their money when they are invested the right way. So let me just tell you guys, if you want to learn more about this particular financial vehicle that gives you protection right up front if you get sick or hurt, it gives you protection if you happen to pass away for your family. It gives you the ability to build your wealth tax-free. Also, you're able to build your wealth without the risk of ever losing a dime. And if you want to be able to have guaranteed income, lifetime income in retirement, guys, click the link above or below, put IUL in the comment, and let me show you how taking a little bit of money, $100 a week, $125 a week, in her case, $150 a week, that $150 turned into $500,000 of protection immediately, and she's going to get $36,000 for the rest of her life at age 65 for the rest of her life. And if she lives to be 90 years old, if she lives to be 95 years, if she lives to be 100 years old, they're going to keep paying her that $36,000. So guys, let me tell you, uh, this is the same program, the same plan that someone showed me back in the early 2000s. In fact, it was right around 2000. And that's what allowed me to be able to retire early from behind the chair. So I'm telling you and I'm showing you, number one, what I did. And now I'm sharing with you what this young lady did as well and how it set her up for, number one, having peace of mind as she is working, as her money is growing, as it's building. She's not worried about what's happening in the stock market. She doesn't have to, right? Because she put her money in the right type of vehicle. And now she also doesn't have to worry about slipping and falling and hurting herself or getting sick and not being able to carry on to take care of her bills and other stuff. So if you'd like to learn more about how to do that for yourself and for your family, put in the comment about below IUL, or you can go to calendly.com/Alex Allure, and I will share with you how she was able to do it, and I'll show you how you can do it as well. All right. Take care. God bless. We'll see you next time.